Good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. Welcome back here to Weather with Sim again. I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. And in today's weather forecast, we are going to be going over what we can expect the next few days. And as we head into tomorrow, we do have a high risk for strong tornadoes, which is what we'll be going over and what also looks to be a huge concern. Plus, we will also be going over the fire outlooks, and we'll also be going over some other storm systems that we can expect as we head into November as well. But if you guys haven't subscribed already, and if you guys would like me to keep you guys safe from all the severe weather happening, make sure to go down below and click that subscribe button. We will continue to keep you guys updated with the latest on Weather with Sim. Plus, don't forget to leave a thumbs up too as well. Those help out more than you know. And of course, leave any questions, comments, or concerns down below. I'll get to those right after today's weather forecasts, and you guys can leave anything down below as long as it's respectful. But let's first go ahead and take a look at what we can expect for today. And as you guys can see, we do have a marginal risk for severe weather across parts there of the plains, which heads from parts there of southeast Nebraska all the way back down into parts there of western Oklahoma, including a little bit of the panhandle there. So this is something we do need to watch closely for today. And thankfully no tornado threat, but we do have both that wind and as well as that hail threat for today. So thankfully not anything too crazy, but we should still be watching very closely for that potential of maybe some isolated severe storms capable of producing some severe wind and hail. So like I said, we will be keeping an eye on it very closely, as this could definitely still be a little bit of a severe weather day, but it doesn't really look to be anything too bad though. So this definitely isn't something that we have to keep an eye on extremely closely, but we will be watching very closely just in case anything does happen. And then by the time we head into tomorrow, that severe weather threat changes dramatically, as the latest from the Storm Prediction Center has issued an enhanced risk for severe weather, guys. We have not seen an enhanced risk for about 2 months now, guys. The last time I could remember having an enhanced risk, at least for tornadoes, was back in July, okay? So it's been a very long time since we've seen a tornado threat or even a severe weather threat this high. And like I said, we do have a risk for strong tornadoes there across parts there of Kansas, especially the eastern part of Kansas, into parts there of northwest Missouri, and as well as northern Oklahoma. Those look to be the areas to see that highest tornado potential as we head to tomorrow. And if you're wondering what this black outline means with the black lines going through it, that indicates a risk for strong tornadoes, like I said. So obviously something we should never ignore as we head to tomorrow. And because of how high that tornado threat is, I will be live on the channel, as we could definitely even see a tornado outbreak. So we will be watching it closely. Ryan Hall, y'all should also be live too, as well as, like I said, we could even see a tornado outbreak. So make sure to stay tuned by subscribing, and as well as clicking that like button down below. And of course, you guys can even stay tuned on Ryan Hall, y'all too, as well, as we will be keeping you guys safe from this potential tornado outbreak tomorrow due to that threat for strong tornadoes. But not only that, we also do have that risk for very large hail there across parts there of eastern Kansas, and as well as northwest Missouri, and as well as parts there of northern Oklahoma. And we also do have that threat for large hail, which doesn't look to be the highest concern tomorrow, but I actually would not be surprised if they did issue a 30% risk for large hail somewhere across this area right here. So that's something to watch for too as well. But main concerns for tomorrow looks to be that risk for strong tornadoes, and as well as a tornado outbreak, and of course those damaging winds. Those will be the two main concerns as we head to tomorrow. But like I said, we will also be keeping an eye on that large hail potential too, as well as, you know, those updrafts do really look to be a huge concern tomorrow, and you really do need a lot of those to cause a large hail threat, so that's why we are going to be watching tomorrow closely. And if we look at why we have that threat for strong tornadoes tomorrow, it's because we have very high significant tornado parameters across this entire area right here, okay? Those reds right there that you see, that indicates a 4 to 5 out of 10, guys. We're talking a very high chance for tornadoes, and as well as a tornado outbreak, like I said. So this is something to not ignore as we head to tomorrow, as we could really be seeing that potential for strong tornadoes. And not only is it the significant tornado parameters, but it's also because a lot of these cells look to be isolated, okay? We're talking very isolated thunderstorms like that one, and even that one, you know, all the way there across the parts there of eastern Kansas. When storms are very isolated like this and they're by themselves trying to get their acts together, start to rotate due to high wind shear, lots of cape, and as well as moisture, with all those together with the storm by itself, that really does indicate a high chance for tornadoes right there. And that's what those, you know, little storms right there will have the capability of doing. So make sure to pay attention to those as we head to tomorrow. And I would definitely recommend having a tornado action plan just in case, as like I said, we could really be seeing a tornado outbreak or two. And another good thing to do is to make sure to subscribe to my channel, and of course make sure to stay tuned for my live stream as we head to tomorrow, as I will be live, like I said. And you guys can even watch Ryan Holleyall channel too, as well, as he will be live for this potential tornado outbreak too as well. Let's now go ahead and take a look at what we can expect now as we head into Halloween. And as you guys can see, on Halloween, on Thursday of this week, we do expect there to be, you know, still a lingering chance for some severe weather there across parts of Dixie Alley, which does include Louisiana, Mississippi, and as well as southeast Arkansas. They haven't issued the hazards yet, and it's also a very small marginal area, so not really looking to see anything too crazy. It's probably going to be like today, where we only see that risk for damaging winds and large hail. But I still, you know, would be keeping an eye on this closely too as well, as, you know, this could maybe even extend as far north as the Little Ohio Valley, but that still remains uncertain, you know, by this point. But like I said, still be paying attention though if you are in that marginal risk for Halloween, which is still high enough to disrupt some trick-or-treating plans, so make sure to be aware about that. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the total rainfall, which is anywhere from now all the way to November 10th. And as you guys can see, we do expect there to be a lot of rainfall across parts there of the plains back into the Ohio Valley, and as well as into the northeast. These will be the areas that could even see, you know, up there towards, you know, 6 to 7 inches of rainfall. And this doesn't just include the storm that we're expecting these next few days. This also includes the storms as we head into November. So like I said, this is definitely going to be something that we really do need to be keeping an eye on closely, as we might even see that flash flood potential. And once again, this does include those storm systems that we are going to be watching for as we head into November, including this one that we're expecting right around November 6th or 5th, as we could definitely see another storm system across parts of the Ohio Valley. And this does look to develop back here in the plains and pretty much continue towards the east, but I chose to show this part of it especially because this looks to be, you know, the highest and, you know, potential for maybe another risk for severe weather as we head into November, which does remain uncertain with the storm system. But like I said, we will be paying attention to it very closely as we head into November, as once again we may have that potential for another small to marginal risk for severe weather. And same goes with another storm system as we head to November 9th, as we could maybe even see another round of potential severe weather across this area. And once again, this does remain very uncertain now, since we are heading over 10 days out, but I definitely would still be paying attention very closely to this, as once again we will really have that potential for severe weather as we head to November. And that is not going to to be surprising as it is already second severe weather season. Let's now go ahead and take a look at what's going on these next few days with the watches, warnings, and as well as those advisories. And as you guys can see, we are having a lot of mountain snow ongoing across parts here of the western United States with winter storm watches, warnings, and as well as advisories currently in effect for parts of the Four Corners region. We also do have some wind advisories in effect for parts there of the Four Corners region, especially New Mexico and Arizona, back down into Texas, Oklahoma, all the way up there into Iowa, where we will have that potential for strong gusty winds, maybe even some high winds, especially across parts of this area, which does include the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma, into southwest Kansas, into southeast Colorado, and as well as northeast New Mexico. Those will be the areas to watch for those high gusty winds for today and as well as in tomorrow. But we also do have those fire weather alerts ongoing across northern Illinois and Indiana, and as well as parts there of the Central Plains. So we will be needing to watch those very closely. And here's the reason why we are dealing with those wildfire conditions, and this is just going to be for today. And I mean, obviously things will get very wet as we head into tomorrow, but at least for right now, as we don't really have a ton of storm activity ongoing, we are expecting there to be that critical risk for some wildfires as we head into this afternoon, which is about where it is right now, or just depending on your location, and as well as into this evening. So make sure to be paying attention, and of course try not to burn, guys. This is something to take very seriously, as burning should not be allowed, even if there's an elevated fire risk, which we do have one across parts there of northern Illinois and as well as Indiana. So once again, burning is not recommended, as we will likely see some critical fire weather conditions for today. This area will see that storm activity, so you guys in between shouldn't really need to worry too much about that. But once again, guys, we will need to be watching both of those areas closely for critical fire weather conditions, but we should start to see both areas get a little bit wet as we head to tomorrow, as we will have that large storm bringing that risk for strong tornadoes and as well as that potential tornado outbreak. Let's go ahead and look at what areas really need the rainfall badly by taking a look at the drought monitor. And as you guys can see, we do have a lot of extreme droughts ongoing across much of the United States. We got an extreme drought there across the Dakotas into Wyoming, but we also got widespread severe droughts there across the plains into the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, Ohio River Valley, and as well as down here into the Southern Plains and Southwest. Those are areas that really do need the rainfall badly, but the area that sees the worst drought is down here into Ohio and West Virginia, where we do have a very, very exceptional drought, as we have not seen rainfall for over 2 months, guys. It's been a very long time since we were able to, really see this drought go away, but unfortunately, it does look like we are going to continue to stay on the drier side of things until these storm systems really start to, move across the east. So once again, we will be keeping an eye on it very closely, as that potential for, rainfall does look to be there across a lot of these areas. But like I said, these areas in both Ohio and West Virginia really do need it badly, so we will be watching it extremely closely. But thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you guys did enjoy today's weather forecast. Like I said, I will be going live tomorrow, as we could see a tornado outbreak, and like I said, even Ryan Hall, y'all should also be live too as well, so you guys can also stay tuned on his channel too as well. But the best thing to do is to click that subscribe button down below, so that way you are notified whenever I do go live, and that's also by clicking that notification bell too as well. So once again, make sure to do that, so that way we can keep you guys safe from all this severe weather. And of course, make sure to leave a thumbs up too as well. Those help out more than you know. And of course, make sure to leave that during my live stream tomorrow, and as well as leave any questions, comments, or concerns down below that you have. You guys can even ask anything about the severe weather these next few days, because like I said, we are going to really try to keep you guys safe from it, and I hope you guys all have a great day.